Hello. It's time to go to hell. Alright, let me put down my water. And once again, it starts this one. Really? Oh, it's the Richard Jacques version. Okay. Alright. Hopefully this loads properly. This game is a little bit fucky. Loads in full screen on me, like automatically. That's always great. Okay, there we go. Everything is going to be like slightly off. Yeah. What a cute logo. I'm sure this game will be fine. Let me try lowering my quality. That way I can see my playback properly. I'd increase the size of the screen, but it's just gonna... I tested this earlier, it's just gonna, like, fuck up when it stretches out again. I'm also about 90% certain I can't skip this, so... You're all just gonna have to deal with it. Sorry about that. Harvester. They gotta do this effect every time. I'm not going to rely on it, but I do have a guide open next to me. Because I don't like flailing while I'm on stream, you know? Oh, not any more than usual, you know? Ugh, it's the most hideous thing we've seen so far. I'm bumping this. Whoops. Let's move this. You'll get stuck on a puzzle. Try using items in crazy, illogical ways. Save your game often, especially before trying something crazy, illogical, or dangerous. Holding down the control button plus the arrow keys allows you to attack opponents. Control plus arrow keys. Oh, God. Look before you leap. Help screen can be helpful, or better yet, read the manual. You can pick your friends, or you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Right-clicking on some objects in inventory shows a close-up of that object. Right-clicking on weapons activates and deactivates. Escape to bring up menu options. You can combine objects into new objects by clicking and dragging them into one another. Sound levels can be adjusted in the options menu. Screen too dark? Try adjusting the gamma in the options menu. Check your photo on the inventory screen. It will get worse as you take more damage. Look for special items that will restore your health. After finding required items during the day, night will be the time of mischievous adventure. Double-click the left mouse button on an exit to go through instantly. Use the right mouse to attack an opponent. Left-click on your character or press I to view inventory. I'm gonna 100% forget this. Object to grab it, right-click inventory. Penny saved is hardly worth the effort. Use the left mouse to move on the screen. Then what are the arrow keys for? You're stuck in a puzzle, talk to other characters. Avoid cliches like the plague. I get it! Ammunition is precious, so don't waste it. If you get stuck in a puzzle, try using items in... Oh, okay, we've reached one of your typical wall clocks. A 1/48 scale P-47 Thunderbolt with a broken propeller. Recently watered plastic plant. Hey, wait a second. Paper doll by the Mills Brothers sits on the turntable. Obviously some fat high school girl left in here. Photo of a beautiful girl, blonde, about 17 years old. Pair of plastic binoculars with the lenses melted to the table. Old-fashioned clock with bells and hammer. Empty acne medicine container. Cheap folding chairs such as you'll find at swap meets, bingo parlors, and other religious gatherings. What's it doing in here, though? Saddle shoes with the laces knotted together. What is that, the cuck chair? The dresser drawer is unlocked. Okay. Can I, like, open the dresser? Okay. 25-cent piece dated 1952. Chew marks are visible on the end of this ballpoint pen. Give me the pen. As of yet, the future isn't so bright. Nothing to say about the clothes, eh? Seven flannel shirts accompanied with matching blue jeans are hanging neatly in the closet. Hastily glued P-51 Mustang in exact 1/36th scale. Why is there a radiator just hanging out over here? Basketball! An official Dust Bowl basketball autographed by GPF. Did I examine the bed? The mattress is speckled with odd stains. Ew, nah. Ugh. Ugh. Handful of faded hardbacks litter the lower shelf. Illumination is the key to visibility. He actually attacks up and down. What you know? An empty trash can so clean you can eat from it. Knowing this game, probably will.
What? Leave me alone, Steve, or I'll tell Mom on you.
What did I do?
Mom's in the kitchen, and if you bug me, I'll call her.
Look, do you know me?
Wish I didn't, 'cause then you wouldn't be my brother, and I'd have your room, and all the presents at Christmas. Though I will soon enough anyway, 'cause you're a lousy rat.
I forgot this
brother.
kid just comes out
duh.
swinging.
Listen, I don't mean to, bug you, but I can't seem to remember anything. Will you please just tell me who you are?
Mom, Steve is bugging me.
Steve, leave Hank alone right now.
Why am I a lousy rat?
Why am I a rat? What did I do to you?
You went and got all mushy on that girl, and now you're lighting out on me. Well, if that's the way you're gonna be, then you can drop dead.
I don't know what girl you're talking about.
All summer, it's been Stephanie this and Stephanie that. And now you don't remember? You think I'm dumb or something?
No, I just can't remember anything, like I said.
Well, you better remember quick, 'cause the wedding's in 2 weeks.
What?
Leave me alone so I can watch TV.
That's a weird-looking television. Come to think of it, this whole place looks totally retro.
What do you mean, retro? All TVs look alike.
Sure, basically. But this is one old-fashioned clunker.
Old-fashioned? It's brand new.
Yeah, but look at the tube. Where's the remote control?
What's that?
Yay!
Now that I think about it, I can't remember.
And what was that you said about retro rockets?
No, retro. It means... Man, I know what I mean. That everything here is wrong. But I can't picture the difference.
Then shut up and quit bugging me. I'm watching my cowboy show.
I'm not even paying attention.
Have you noticed that your show is in black and white?
What else?
That
Color?
got me more
On
than
a
I thought it
TV?
would.
Well, I think I've seen a colored television before.
Have not. Quit it or I'm gonna tell.
Hey, look at that. Your mother lets you watch this stuff?
Sure. This is part of history. What made America great. And besides, blood and guts are neato.
You're right. That is really neat. Which one gets us to watch the TV again?
I'm glad you're catching on, Steve. You're not too bad for a lousy rat.
Have you noticed that your show isn't...
What else?
Well,
Have not.
Hey, look at that.
Sure. What made it? And
Little kids
well,
shouldn't
you
watch
can't
violence.
stop me, so let me alone. Or else.
Bye.
Good. Finally.
An old-fashioned console television. No, let me watch. Okay, I can move, kind of. Can I beat the shit out of my younger brother? Let me down there. Let me down there! Oh, he's safe. He's safe from my wrath. For now. Fine bone china gleams from the mahogany shelves. There's a light glow from behind the cabinet. Alright, let's, I almost hit quit game. Save game. I forgot that's the save screen. Huh? Yoo-hoo! Save game. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I have to type now. Alright. It didn't like give confirmation at first. What am I gonna call this? Alright, bad idea. Pass through for the kitchen. Pendulum-driven cuckoo clock with the cuckoo oddly absent. Well, I mean, there's literally no cuckoo on here. That's not one of those clocks. Steve, you're a dummy. Oh, no, wait, no. I guess I'm the dummy. Hard to tell sometimes. Coloring book. Books, the crayons, and a range writer coloring book.
Leave me alone, will ya? This is the good part.
This is the good part. I forget.
Say what?
Steve.
Steve, are you talking to me?
Yeah, only I don't want to be, because I'm trying to watch my cowboy show.
I was trying to remember one of
sorry.
the other options up there.
Look, I'm telling you, I need your help. I've lost my memory.
Have not. Cut it out.
I'm telling you the truth.
You always were a kidder, Steve. Leave me alone. I'm sick.
No, you're not.
What's wrong with you?
I got a headache and a stomachache.
Then why aren't you in bed?
'Cause I want to watch my cowboy show.
You look all right to me.
I'm not faking. I couldn't go to school because I'm sick. Daddy's sick in bed too. And Mom believes me anyway. So shut up.
Shut up.
Your dad is asleep?
He and Mom went at it last night pretty hard. He stayed in bed. I saw what she did to him. It was pretty bad.
What did she...
Yay.
Like you don't know. I saw you and her on the couch last Wednesday night. Guess that's why she's grounded now. Huh. Too bad you wouldn't pay me and I had to tell. Huh.
What are you talking about? What girl?
What? Is there another one too? Wait till I tell.
Wait till I tell. I think I already... said this.
I don't know what girl you're talking about.
All summer, it's been...
No, I just...
Well,
What?
Mimi... I
Stephanie.
said I don't want to talk about her anymore.
I have to...
Say what?
I was hoping he'd react to that. Just be like, I'm telling Mom.
Good. Finally.
Trust me on this. Box full of newspapers. Anyway, let's go into the kitchen. Can I punch her? Oh, I can't. I can't do it. Fireman Sparky, super foamy fire extinguisher. Freshly baked cookies are in the trash can. Oh, I can't. No, get back in there. I can't walk towards the baby. A newborn is sleeping soundly. These cookies are hot out of the oven, so naturally you put it right next to the crib. Cookies are baking in the oven. Knives gleam wickedly in the kitchen's antiseptic glow. Someone had fun writing that.
Well, hello there. How about some cookies? There's plenty of rejects in the trash.
Who are you?
That's a fine way to talk to your mother.
You're my mother?
That's right. Though sometimes I get treated like the hired help around here.
I don't remember you.
Of course you don't. Until you need your socks washed.
No, you don't understand. I can't remember where I am or even who I am.
Land's sake, stop your joshing,
Land
won't you?
sakes!
Honestly, Steve, I thought you'd grow up a little after graduation. I only hope that new job will plant your feet on the ground.
So that's my name. Steve.
Your name will be M.U.D. Mud if you don't stop teasing me, young man.
Listen, this may
Ah!
sound strange,
A bottle cap!
but I've lost my memory. Do you believe me?
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
I'm serious.
Sure, and next you'll be telling me you don't remember Hank and your little sister.
Oh god, there's so many here.
Sister?
Shh, you'll wake her. I just put her down to sleep. If she wakes up, she'll just want to eat again.
Ugh.
Darn
I love how
it,
that's
I'm
just like
busy,
a
and if you
stock
think
photo
I'm
of a
going to play along
baby.
with this nonsense,
Shitty
you're
little
crazier than
fucking-
Sparky down at the firehouse.
Fine. Maybe I am crazy. I can't rule that out. Why can't you just help me a little? Is that too much to ask?
Now you've done it. Are you happy? Poor baby. There, there. Did your brother scare you? Let me see. Darn that wasp woman. She's a monster. That's what she is.
Okay.
Wasp woman?
Tetsuya Crumb is going to hear about this. I want you to go to her house right now and give her a piece of my mind.
I don't know where she lives.
Honestly, you can't miss a house covered with paper nests. Steve, you tell her to mind her own beeswax, or by golly, I'll take it up with the PTA. Or the lodge.
What's the PTA got to do with anything?
Show some respect, Steve. The PTA has a lot of clout in Harvest. We run the charity bake sale, the annual blood drive, and by gosh, we even have ties to the lodge.
What charity is this bake sale supposed to benefit?
It'll help provide a fund for bums and hobos who wander into Harvest and have no family ties.
Kind of a specific target group, isn't it?
You have to pay attention to detail when dealing with such people.
I don't know what you mean.
You will. The whole thing has been organized by the lodge.
Tell me more about this bake sale. Why is it so important?
As I told you, many unfortunates who come to Harvest end up needing financial help.
Why is that the town's problem?
It's not a problem, so long as those folks are taken care of. It's the will of the lodge.
What lodge?
The Hall of the Order of the Harvest Moon, Steve. It's just the finest place in Harvest, and the most exclusive.
What's so great about it?
Hard to say, since hardly anyone gets inside. But it wouldn't be so exclusive if it wasn't just wonderful. Just like the new Reynolds dishwasher with their patented auto-dry process, TM. I've never used
She actually
one, but
says
I
the
know I
TM.
want it. Instead of sulking around the house all day, why not walk over to the lodge and apply for membership?
Last thing I want is a fez on my head.
Don't be so hasty, Steve. I think you'll find Harvest is a pretty dull place without the lodge.
You sound like the membership director.
Don't be silly. I just want what's best for you, that's all. Harvest is a town unlike any you've ever known.
In what way?
I don't have time to go into it now. Why not take a walk around town and pester someone else? I'm busy.
Alright.
What a thing to say to your mother. Was that an invitation now that your father is out of action?
No! No! For science.
Maybe later, dear. Right now I have housework to do. Though you can watch if you want. Don't forget to put the papers out for Jimmy. You know how he gets. I told you I'm busy, Steve.
I didn't mean to. I shouldn't have done that. Oh well.
And just who is Stephanie?
Don't you dare toy with that sweet girl. If you start in on her with all this amnesia poop, she'll think her fiancé is having second thoughts about the wedding.
Fiance? This is insane!
Oh, you're not having second thoughts about marrying Stephanie? Is that what this silliness is all about? Pre-wedding jitters?
Can something like that produce amnesia?
Stop this foolishness right now and count your blessings. Stephanie is great at cooking and cleaning.
It's the only thing a bitch needs to be good at.
What's cooking and cleaning got to do with anything?
Honestly, boys are so dense. What else is there for a wife but cooking and cleaning? You may not appreciate a hot meal on a clean plate when it's there, but if it wasn't, we'd hear about it soon enough, I'll bet.
You're saying that's all there is to marriage? Cooking and cleaning?
Well, you'll have to ask your father about that, but I'm sure Stephanie will do her duty when the time comes.
My father.
He's in the other room. He decided to sleep in today. Now please let me get back to my cookies.
The bake sale is on Friday, and yet you're baking the cookies now.
Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today.
But they'll be stale by then.
That's why I'm throwing them away.
And then cooking more?
To replace the ones I throw out.
Why?
Well, I have to. No one's going to pay to eat stale cookies out of the garbage can.
But you expect me to.
Of course not, Steve. I wouldn't charge you. I'm your mother. Help yourself.
Was she the one who brought up school?
Stop speaking nonsense, dear.
What was the other one? Job.
That's right, a job. Your father has everything set up at the meat plant. After your honeymoon with Stephanie, you'll start out as a butcher in the slaughterhouse just like anybody else. Don't expect any favors just because you're the boss's son.
Work at a slaughterhouse? My memory may be shaky, but I do know I don't want to spend my life as a butcher.
You'll get used to it, Steve. Sooner or later, you'll have to.
That sounds like a threat.
Just a fact. Harvest is a small town, and if you want to be with Stephanie, you'll have to get your hands dirty. Jobs are scarce, so it's either work for your father or join the lodge if you can.
What lodge?
The Hall of the Order of the Harvest Moon, Steve. It's just the finest place in Harvest, and the most exclusive.
What's so great about it?
Hard to say, since hardly...
That's right, I did. Alright, I'll look into it.
That's wonderful, Steve. If you got into the lodge, you'd be the talk of Harvest.
Oh, what's one of the other things you could say I forgot already? I don't like how options disappear entirely. This is... Oh, shoot. Here a sec. Let me try and remember what it was earlier. I remember Sparky was one of them.
Who's Sparky?
Who cares about that prancing, fire hydrant squatting sissy boy right now? Your sister's eating a tarantula and you're still fooling around.
If she's my sister.
Enough! Go bother Hank or Stephanie, why don't you? I'm trying to bake cookies.
Does that stitching say kill them all?
Hank. That kid over by the television?
Your little brother is homesick from school today, and I won't have you scaring him with this amnesia poop.
Is he really sick?
Look at the show he's watching. Wouldn't you say he's sick? I'd make him stop, but oh, I'm so busy baking cookies for the Harvest PTA charity bake sale. It's on Friday, you know. I hope you're still planning on going.
I don't know. I need to think.
Honestly, skipping out of a charity affair. What's gotten into you?
I don't know, damn it. That's what I'm telling you.
Don't you dare use that language around me. You're lucky your father didn't hear you. Or Stephanie, for that matter. How do you think she'd feel knowing her fiancé was a guttermouth?
I literally said fuck earlier. Do I get the same result from saying sex?
Stop speaking nonsense, dear.
Nope, only fuck. Shit.
Stop speaking nonsense.
I guess just bye.
Don't forget to put the papers out for Jimmy. You know how he gets.
Wait, can I talk to her about Jimmy?
I told you I'm busy.
Jimmy!
Stop speaking.
No, not allowed to. Bye.
Don't forget.
An expertly embroidered old-fashioned wall plaque. That's all it'll tell me. Last repository for fuel of dead bugs. Wait, I forgot to check. Can I check the cabinet? Yes. Cabinet that smells of dirty diapers. Ew. You're just shoving them in there? Why? Oh, that takes me up to my room. What the heck is this architecture? I mean, I guess maybe that goes to a hallway with a stairwell. Oh, you have to rapid double click. A Dayglow Lima space disc stuck on the roof. Okay. Ah! Oh god, he streaked! I didn't realize he could actually move. Okay. I almost right-clicked again. It's like, don't do that. Well, junk mail, bills, and bake sale flyers. High voltage power lines bathe your home in a wholesome, old-fashioned electromagnetic field. You'll feel their humming in your dreams. I'm sure it's fine. Steel barbs wrench signals from the naked air. Don't worry. Security bars. There are security bars fashioned to the window with Phillips head screws. Ah, that's an unusual detail. An army surplus air conditioner.
Hey, Steve, I'm Jimmy James. Remember me?
I guess not.
Hey, how come you haven't been putting the paper out for me in the morning?
I've got better things to do. I was supposed to? I don't remember.
Yeah? Well, try to remember, will ya? How'd you expect a working Joe to make an honest living? You don't put the paper out, I'm out of a job.
So what? You don't get paid for picking up papers anyway.
The signal
so
building
funny
burnt
on him.
down. What the heck else am I supposed to do? Listen, start putting that paper out and everything will be jake, okay? That's all I want. That and a pair of sneakers. Walking this route every day has worn holes in mine. Say, you got any spare sneakers?
No.
Oh, gee whiz. Look, if you find any, I'd be willing to trade you for them. Something really neato. Think about it. See you later, alligator.
Got anything
See you
else to say?
later, alligator.
Nah, nothing to say. Oh, where to go? See the abandoned house. Will I die if I go in here? Attic window is perfect nesting ground for wasps. Because, yeah, this is the wasp lady house. Overhang is the perfect nesting ground for wasps. Old car is the perfect nesting ground for wasps. I'm noticing a pattern here. The rusty gutter is the perfect nesting ground for wasps. Let me in. Icebox is still shut with wasp nests. From the sound of it, these cabinets are infested with wasps. A wasp nest. A rather colorful picture of a wasp.
It's not often that I get visitors.
Are you the wasp woman?
I am Tetsuo Crumb. The ignorant of harvest called me the wasp woman. A pejorative, no doubt, born of fear and a poverty of imagination.
I don't understand.
The politics of honey, the Judeo-Christian rites of sacrifice and conventional taboos against unbridled pleasure are all responsible for the prejudice against wasps.
Sure. Why? That's probably the only right response, but...
The politics of honey are intertwined with the age-old struggle of the aesthetic versus the commercial. Because I choose to raise wasps instead of bees, I'm frowned upon by the community. Why? Well, raising bees is acceptable because they produce honey. But sometimes it's not what is produced, so much as what is performed.
I don't see any particular use for wasps.
Why must everything have a use? Is money always the determining factor? More slender, more aerodynamic than the bee.
I don't like the
wasp
implication.
is a joy to behold.
Okay.
Beautiful and juicy. Isn't that enough to compensate for the little drawbacks? Regard the wasp. Wasps produce nothing for others, but only for themselves.
Aren't they the reason why
Wasps
figs have their
build
taste?
nests
Which is
and
why I'm
more
never eating a fig if I can help it.
nothing more. They spread into eaves and attics, not to make honey for supermarkets, but to buzz and rustle on their own paper, perpetuating their own agenda, growing stealthily, surely, the most relentless of insects.
Okay. Is this how every statement is gonna end? Bugs equals protein, so it's a win-win. Keep them away from innocent children. Wasps disgust me. Both of these are gonna lead to my death, aren't they? Keep them away from innocent children. It did get into the baby's crib.
Innocent children. What better way to describe the wasp? Carefree, wild, beautiful things. If they wish to share their love with babies, or any of the rest of you ignorant hicks, that is not my concern.
Alright, so what are the drawbacks of
Well,
wasps?
As you can see,
Other than the
the
obvious.
little darlings do love to sting. Another source of prejudice for the masses, and another reason to love them. Bees are like animals. They sting for a reason. Sacrifice.
I can't stop doing this. Why'd they make the
have
cursor
no
like this?
conception of individual sensation, of pleasure.
This game is a classic. Indeed. Oh, gotta adjust myself. There we go. Sacrifice. Let's see.
When a bee stings, it
I love how
whips
you can tell a
itself.
big text box is coming
Lies
based on how long
audacity.
it takes to load.
This appeals to those raised worshipping a god that demands sacrifice and atonement. But the wasp is promiscuous. They are not as sympathetic to the masses because they don't die when they sting.
Oh
They
God, is that
live to
true?
sting another day, and they take
Oh, no.
pleasure from it. Yes, a great deal of pleasure. The wasp is a sensual being, not a laborer, hedonistic instead of industrial. Some think them quick to anger.
I am no longer
In
okay
truth,
with this
they are
conversation.
easily swayed to ecstasy. They penetrate your flesh, and the muscular contractions in their thorax as they pump venom could be likened to the muscular contractions of ejaculation. Each painful welt, an act of love.
Bye. Well, y'all have fun. I'll be leaving. This game was made to be peak 90s and it really touches all the bases. Alright, right, Potsdam, that's where Stephanie lives. I love how badly pasted on he is. What is this thing? The man of the house squeezing his meat. A giant mutant asparagus, inexplicably robust given that it's encased in red concrete. Perhaps the healthful electromagnetic fields of harvest. Ashtray is shaped like a particular human organ, which shall remain nameless. Oh, now we're being shy? Almost made of leather. Polyester. The upholstery is stained after years of profuse sweating. Empty shells are a testament to the Potsdam household's rigorous intellectual standards. Let's do a little... Alright, let's talk to the... Oh, that's nothing. Okay, let's talk to the crazy father.
There he is, my future son-in-law. And how's he doing today? What brings him to the Potsdam household, huh? Huh?
This guy looks like somebody, but I can't pin it. Lost my memory.
What a card.
Would I kid about something like that? Why won't you believe me?
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve. Your mother just
That's
telephoned
three.
us about your latest shenanigans. Isn't that right, Mrs. Potsdam?
Sure did, Mr. Paxton. You little rascal.
Imagination's a swell thing to have, in small amounts. Man needs to keep his feet on the ground, especially if
Yeah.
he's getting married.
We all know about
Tell me,
Steve.
is your father feeling better? Is he going back to the slaughterhouse anytime soon?
I think that's the second most famous thing about this game. Got arrested for CP, and the actor is basically wearing almost the exact same shirt in his mugshot. Amnesia.
This is sick. I'm supposed to marry this Stephanie and I don't even know who she is.
Now look, Steve, a joke is all well and good, but don't go scaring me like that.
I'm not joking.
Now look, a commitment is a commitment. You're going to marry my daughter. We'll be one happy family, and your dad's going to give me all the meat I want, right? Right?
Sir? Though it's funny he doesn't voice himself in the game. It's probably for the best. At least we dodged some mines. Some. Let's just ask about the meat. Get it over with.
Meat is the foundation of any decent society. Everyone needs at least 3 servings of red meat a day. and anyone who says otherwise is a commie. And once you're married to Stephanie, I'll be part of the family too, and your father will give me all the meat I want. Kind of makes up for not getting into the lodge.
Lodge?
Why are you so anxious to get into the lodge?
There's wonders inside. I've heard there's more meat in there than they know what to do with. Now that you're of age, Steve, you might go down to the post office and fill out a lodge application. They're always looking for new blood.
Make sure to save often since this game doesn't have autosave. Put the meat down or no one gets hurt! Other than that, it's a good forgiving point and click. Now, I heard that there's not nearly as many ways to screw yourself over as, like, say, King's Quest V. Meat painting so tasty. What's that? You didn't know that you had to hold on to that pie? Well... Alright, let's ask Stephanie. Why is Stephanie grounded?
Well, don't look at me. Mrs. Potsdam wants Stephanie to study hard for her finals. If it was up to me, you could go straight upstairs, but you know, the little woman, you'll have to ask her permission to see Stephanie. Sorry, Steve. The last thing I want to do is upset you and your father before the wedding. Not with the meat at stake. You will remind your dad about the meat, won't you?
I haven't seen my father. He's locked in a room.
He's not going to die, is he?
Like I said, I don't know.
Are we
That
approaching
woman,
that
Mom,
line?
tends to him herself.
Well, next time you see him, be sure to tell him that I said hello. And tell him that I'm praying for his speedy recovery. And also, would you remind him about the meat? Especially about the meat.
Yeah, fine. If I see him.
You should be more concerned. If he dies, then who's going to take over the slaughterhouse? Who's going to tend to the meat? I guess as his son, you'd take over. Right? I can't imagine a better job than working in a slaughterhouse.
I don't want to work in a filthy slaughterhouse.
Bite your tongue with that serpent's tooth. Your dad's slaughterhouse is the most successful business in Harvest. You'll love it there. Oh, sure. Cutting animals open may not be much fun. Reaching into their bodies and yanking out the bloody guts, intestines dangling and slapping against you, the smell of death and shit in your nostrils all the time. Well, those are all definite cons. But once you're done, the guts have been washed into the gutters. What are you left with? Meat. Rows and rows of scrumptious red meat.
I think a vegetable would burn this man's skin. Yeah, seriously. Vile weed!
Meat is the foundation of any decent society.
How do I get the silly line? I just want it. Ah! I clicked the wrong one by accident.
I can't imagine.
I think it might be cool.
Sure, it'd be just dandy. And you can't argue with success. Everyone in Harvest gets their meat from your dad. What a grand business to go into. Oh, sure. Cutting animals open may...
No, we already got that one.
Rows and rows of scrumptious red meat.
Bye. I don't know how to get the funny line, so I'll just have to move on. Meat! Just so I remember where I am. Alright. The entire kitchen is a minty fresh looking scent. Oh, okay, that's all. Oh, it's just... That's the same description for both. Plastic plant with freshly watered soil along with little styrofoam balls. Icebox is locked. Bushes are preventing it from opening. Entire kitchen has a minty fresh scent. Look and scent, rather. It's just a light!
Hello, Steve. Have you flossed today?
You look just like my mom, except for the hair.
Honestly, you men can insult a woman without even knowing you've done it. What a horrible thing to say.
Oh, nothing
Both
goes 90s
standing
like
around
minty
baking
fresh.
cookies. Same cut of dress. Same pearls. So bizarre.
There's nothing bizarre about baking cookies. The Harvest Charity Bake Sale is Friday, you know, and by gosh, Mrs. Marvin Potston Jr. can be counted on to do her share. Just because I'm doing housework doesn't mean I have to be a drudge. It's a wife's duty to look good for her husband at all times. What's wrong with wearing pearls, for heaven's sake?
Nothing, but you look like June Cleaver. Some kind of sitcom mom.
Sitcom?
Jeez, you know, a situation comedy. The weird part is, I can't remember how I know that.
I'm much too
There
busy
we
with
go.
housework to watch TV. Maybe Mr. Potsdam would know about sitcom. Stephanie doesn't watch TV, though. She's grounded.
She is grounded, grounded, grounded.
You mustn't be too hard on Mr. Potsdam, Steve. He's a disappointed man. No matter how many lodge admission forms he fills out, they keep turning him down.
Ooh, my
He
knuckles.
has a new application in, though. So keep your fingers crossed. If he joins the lodge, you and Stephanie can have your wedding in the Chapel of Love, rather than over at Moynihan's place. Mr. Moynihan runs the Wayward Hotel and the Shady Oaks Funeral Parlor. It's rumored he has connections with the lodge, but the order keeps that kind of thing secret. So Mr. Poston has tried to get
Oh,
him
my
to put in a
back.
good word for his lodge application. But
Everything
so
is
far,
crunching.
What can you tell me about the lodge?
Just that they're exclusive and secretive.
Forgot that
If
the
you're
beginning of
curious,
this is kind of
you
a
ought to
slow
pick up a
burn.
lodge application at the post office and take it over to the sergeant-at-arms. Isn't that a thought? Forget Mr. Potsdam. If you became a member of the order, we could hold the wedding inside the lodge. My, wouldn't that be lovely?
Tell me about this wedding.
Well,
Why'd he
except for
word
3
it like
weeks.
that?
We're holding it over at Shady Oaks,
Everyone takes
Mr.
a bit, but there's some
Moynihan's funeral
classic
parlor.
stuff.
Say what?
Now, I know it's not a very romantic place, but there's nowhere else to hold it, thanks to Mr. Potsdam.
Alright, what happens if I say this to her?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Nothing, apparently. What the heck was the first... Right, it was like bake sale or something, wasn't it?
This charity bake sale. What is it supposed to benefit?
Have you played before or seen a
I
playthrough?
just
I've
like
seen...
talking about gruesome subjects.
Oh god.
When you get right down
That
to
Red
it,
Supre
all
was
charity
like
is pretty ugly,
10
isn't it?
plus years ago
I
now?
don't follow.
Ask Mr. Moynihan.
I did
He
watch that
organizes it
that full video back in the day.
conjunction with the lodge, naturally.
And more recently, I've seen Maguilar's review, but it's like, I can't remember the nitty-gritty. I remember the big parts. If only because how could I ever forget?
Give my regards to your parents.
Funerary urn is the cabinet's sole occupant. I also saw the
Sorry.
Red Supre one.
You'll have to ask
Plus,
Mrs.
I'm like-
Potsdam for permission to see
Right, I
Stephanie.
forgot to ask her
She's
about
in the
Stephanie. That's right. That's what I went in there for. Mike Dawson did nothing wrong. I'm gonna see if I can get
Hello, dear.
Darkseid to run. I completely missed that dialogue. Let me see my playback. Need to see Stephanie. Yes, please.
She's upstairs. Go right on up. Just remember, she's grounded until the wedding.
Right, we forgot to ask. Grounded.
Mr. Potsdam feels there's too much at stake to allow Stephanie to run around loose.
She doesn't want to get married either, huh?
Are you saying you don't want to marry my daughter?
I don't know your daughter, Mrs. Potsdam. Why is she grounded? Afraid she'll run away
I
before
can't
the
sit
wedding?
like this.
No. She's as delighted as we are about the wedding. Every bit as delighted as we are. But she might get hit by a car or a falling piano or who knows what. Mr.
This is
Potson
Looney
wants
Tunes.
us all to be one happy family, and he doesn't want to risk anything happening at the last minute. Not a chance, Steve. Mr. Potson wouldn't like it. If you'd like to see her, it's fine with me. Go upstairs and turn right. Now, excuse me. I'm trying to get ready for the bake sale.
Bye.
Give my regards to your parents.
Alright. Let's see this elusive Stephanie. Your makeup looks just fine. Looks like Scum VM is the best way even in 2024 and some other DOS classics. Plastic plant needs a good watering. As plastic plants go, this one seems cool. Well, I stopped in mid-walk. Several books about red meat and its importance to living well. These books are obviously fakes. Plastic plant has enough water to last a good while. A pair of ceramic baby shoes. Closet door won't budge. Made of high-tech Tupperware trademark. This device is slowly releasing noxious-smelling chemicals into the hallway. Plaque has had its metal plate removed. She has nice taste. I can't examine the lamp, but she has nice taste. That's all we... Radiator, just like the one back home, except pink. Nothing else to examine. Plastic plant is the sign of any good home. Generic furniture equals nice taste. No, he doesn't say anything special for the fan. Oh well.
Who are you? What are you doing in my room?
Haven't you heard? We're getting married.
So, you're the one. Steve, isn't it?
You mean you don't know me?
I mean, I don't know anyone. I don't remember anything. How many times do I have to say it?
Just one, Stephanie, because I can't remember a damn thing either.
Really? Oh God, I thought it was just me.
You're not
Not
alone.
her looks like Candace Cameron.
Can you
in
tell
some
me what's
shots.
going on here?
Those people
That's how
downstairs
you
that
lure
locked
them
me
in.
in my
Then
room.
bam, you get all
They
the
say
meat.
I'm grounded until the wedding.
Those people.
They claim to be my parents. I can't dispute it because I can't remember for sure one way or the other, but it doesn't feel right. Do you have any idea where you do belong?
No, but I'm fairly sure I don't belong in Harvest.
Yeah. I can't remember anything, but I feel in my heart that the woman downstairs is not my mother. She's like this thing, like a parody, a bad joke with mother as the punchline. Does that make any sense? I'm glad I'm not the only one who sees it that way. I thought I was going crazy.
Join the club. But we can't both be crazy, Stephanie.
Either way, something really weird is going on here. I've got to escape, and so do you. Because in a way, whether you know it or not, I think we're both grounded. It's been hell. They treat me well, but they won't let me leave this room. Not even to go out in the yard. Not until the wedding.
They won't tell you why?
Each
Right.
one
I haven't
blames
done my
the other
trick
for
yet.
grounding me. They make up
There we
different
go.
excuses. Different things I did, none of which I remember. So I sit up here, watch the world outside my window, and listen to the noises in the house.
Heard or seen anything that might help us figure this thing out?
Every morning, a weird boy comes to the house and picks up the paper. He doesn't deliver the paper. He picks up scrap paper that Miss Potsdam sets out on the porch for him. Some mornings she forgets, and the boy gets furious. He gives me the creeps.
Anything else you can tell me?
I hear these weird scraping sounds in the bathroom sometimes. Like something is sliding along the wall. Claws, maybe. And Mr. Potsdam. I don't like the way my dear daddy looks at me. Both of them are always watching me. But especially him.
You don't think they're dangerous, do you?
I think this whole place is dangerous. I think we've got to escape. Before it's too late.
This reminded me, I have been killed by the paperboy already. Noxious fumes. How could you not like Mr. Potsdam? Yeah, I mean, he's totally normal. Right. Amnesia, that's one of the ones that disappeared.
Maybe my amnesia isn't total after all. You're familiar to me. Like we've met before. In another life.
Maybe we really do live here. Maybe we were together, and the same thing happened to both of us. An accident. Something.
The final.
Neither of us has bumps on our heads, if that's what you're getting at.
Have you been able to remember anything else? I mean, anything at all?
Well, I have had these recurring dreams. Just fragments, really. Strange, abstract images. Liquid, chrome.
Probably just a dream.
Well, have you thought about how to escape Harvest?
Brother, you don't know anything more than she does.
The wedding is only 3 weeks away. Not much time to get to know each other, is it?
Suddenly, the idea of a wedding doesn't seem so bad. Why about the wedding? It isn't gonna happen.
No,
If it comes down to it, we just won't take the vows.
I don't think anything in Harvest is that simple. Too many people are determined that we get hitched.
Why?
Potsdam wants the meat your father promised him. Your parents want to force you to settle down. Mrs. Potsdam wants to have the wedding in the lodge. Me? I just want to escape.
Escape?
Escape.
Harvest is a prison, Steve. Don't forget that.
Birth is a curse, and existence is a prison.
Of course I'm right.
Well,
Everything in Harvest seems to revolve around this damned lodge, this Order of the Harvest Moon. They're responsible for this insane bake sale that's coming, and for the Harvest Blood Drive, too. When people talk about the lodge, it's always in this hushed, reverent tone. Mom keeps telling me that women can't join, but she keeps pressuring me to get you to join.
She's not the
I
only
keep
one who
getting
wants me
caught
to
off
sign on with
guard
the
when
lodge.
it starts a
That's
cutscene.
probably the worst thing you could do.
You think the lodge is some kind of trap?
I think all of
Like, I
Harvest is a
keep thinking
trap.
it's about to crash.
That's
when it
true.
does.
Maybe
'Cause the
joining the
window
lodge is the way
resets.
out.
Look, why not explore the town a little? I can't get out of here, but if I could, that's what I'd do. Maybe you can figure out what's happening here without going anywhere near the lodge.
You're really afraid of the lodge, aren't you?
I look at that building, all lit up at night, and I get scared.
I mean, look at the damn thing. Seem like a harmless bunch of Masons to you?
I mean, it's hard to tell from a distance, but... I forget, was parents an option?
They claim to be my parents. I can't dispute it because I can't remember for sure one way or
I
the
don't
other,
like how
but
options vanish
doesn't
after
feel
you
right.
open up other ones.
I believe you. Maybe some of these people believe you too. Maybe they're playing dumb.
Why?
Now she's
Maybe
facing...
they're responsible. Either
Her.
way, something really weird is going on here. I've got to escape, and so do you. Because in a way, whether you know it or not, I think we're both grounded.
Bye.
Come back and visit me soon, okay?
How do I exit? There we go. It's down here. Oh, it's the bathroom. What is that? She's Birdie. Picture on the wall is hanging a bit crooked. Medicine cabinet reeks of various toiletries. Covered with what appears to be toothpaste, pubic hair, and snot. Ugh. Thin layer of hair coats virtually every inch of ceramic, and the rubber ducky has seen better days. What's happened to the rubber ducky? No! Mr. Potsdam has taken his plastic plant joke too far. Wads of used tissues fill this trash can. Some of them stuck to the sides. I don't need to know this. I don't need to know that either. Window affords a spectacular view of aluminum siding. Feels like coarse sandpaper. Ugh. Until you remove your shoes while you're on the bed, little lady. Operate the toilet? I got scared for a second. It's like, oh, it's just flush it. Okay. Plastic plant is apparently dead. Is that thing still flushing? Someone's been using this plastic plant as a toilet. No! Ugh. Now here's one overly used paper towel. Neither of these commas are needed. There's just... Alright. Never enough detail. Oh god. I'm starting to think this game is a little cursed. I didn't realize that that was the threshold. Okay. No. Come on. Oh, she's immortal! Save screen is perfect. I agree with your save names. Bad idea, Stephanie Beats. That's all it took. And suddenly it's night.
What were you thinking? Attacking someone like that? With so many witnesses around. You'll have plenty of time to think about it, boy.
Somebody help me! What do you people want from me?
Too late for that, boy. Ain't it, Sergeant?
Indeed it is, Sheriff. Answers may only be found in the lodge, and you must be alive to seek them.
Oh, darn. I didn't think he was gonna die in one punch. The paperboy... The paperboy got hit, and he just immediately pulled out a Glock. Steve, it's hard to do insta-gibs. At least murder is still bad and illegal. Thank God there's some morality going on here. Alright, this guy. Manhole cover is locked in place. A nasty stench dripped up from the sewers below. Well, I mean, what do you expect? Examine the Tucker. During the day, Mr. Johnson keeps watch over his precious 48 Tucker. Tucker, I barely knew her!
Hello, Steve.
How's the husband?
God, I forgot about his fucking
Other than having no
eyeballs.
memory, I guess I'm all right.
All right. You should be ecstatic, considering what
Let's just
you're
leave that there for a bit.
getting into. If you haven't gotten into it already.
Sir.
Speaking of which, I heard Stephanie was grounded. Her daddy's worried about getting his meat. Though if I were him, I'd be more concerned about Stephanie getting some meat.
Right. And you are?
You always were a kidder, Steve.
That's
I'm
for...
Mr. Johnson, remember? Glad you stopped by. Just
Is there
got
like a
finished
baby
waxing the
screaming
tuck.
in this game? What is that
I
sound?
could use a little relaxation. But since Edna's not here, I might as well talk to you.
Let me just... I gotta... Okay. Oh, hi, Bob from Schitt's Creek. Stock chicken sound, I believe. What happened to the sound now?
Edna Fitzpatrick is one of the snootiest women in town. I declare there isn't a woman in Harvest that turned me away. If I was interested, that is. Just because she owns DNAs, she's got all these highfalutin ideas about independence. And her with a little girl to raise. That child needs a father. And Edna, well, she needs a good, hard penis.
I don't like that this is right underneath. No. Alright, how's the audio now? Let's just get this out of here. What makes you so sure she needs a penis? Is this because I
What makes
alt-tabbed?
you so sure she needs a penis?
Oh my god.
You saying
I
Edna's
fucked it up.
getting it from someone else? Like maybe that
Turned it up just for penis.
damn Sheriff Twain? He's over at DNA's diner every day from noon to 1, eating his dadgum pie. And I got a feeling he'd like Edna for dessert. Sure, it's the only diner in town, but I'm sure he's got more on his mind than food.
So, table for one then, sir? I heard it again in the playback. It's killing me. Oh, man.
Bye now.
Alright. I thought I was gonna have to reload this, and it's like, oh, okay, I think it unfucked itself.
Sorry, Steve. Too tired to talk right now.
What were the options again? Ah, fuck.
I don't...
Right, I had to ask about... Alright, Edna, child. That's right.
Karen's only 5 years old. Since Mr. Fitzpatrick passed away, in Edna's arms and legs, I might add.
What?
Edna's been raising Karen on her own.
Ah, shit! Hold on. Go back. I clicked by accident.
Karen's only 5 years old. Since Mr. Fitzpatrick
Who's your husband,
passed
Von Sailor
away,
Johnson?
in Edna's arms
I'll take
and
the
legs,
wasps.
I might add. Edna's been raising Karen on her own. What a shame. To deprive a little girl of a positive male role model. And her mama of a fine, stiff penis.
Oh, I get it. His name is Johnson.
Edna Fitzpatrick is one of the...
Alright, Edna's Diner.
I'll admit DNA's diner does good business. But money isn't everything to a woman. Can money
Now I hear
keep
it. It's a
you
chicken.
warm at night? Can you wrap your thighs around it? Or rake bloody gashes in its back with your painted hollowed fingernails? Edna! Edna! So, how's Stephanie?
She's fine.
Speaking of Stephanie, I still haven't gotten an invitation to the wedding yet.
That's by
I don't
design.
have anything to do with that.
That's okay. Personally, I'd prefer a pass to the honeymoon. You could use the back seat of my Tucker for the maiden voyage.
Oh, you'd be so kind?
Plenty big. Believe you me. I'd drive you around. And I wouldn't look in the back seat. I guarantee it. Though if you'd like to come up front and take the wheel a while, I wouldn't say nay. Heck of an automobile, isn't she? Damn shame I have to sit out here and watch over her all the time. But if I didn't, those stupid kids might scratch her up playing ball.
Could I take a look at it? I mean, you did say you'd lend it to us for a wedding. I wouldn't let this guy come to my grandma's birthday party. Birthday, do that.
Don't see why
You
not.
added the word party.
But don't touch her. I'm mighty particular about my Tucker. I had the garage remodeled like a fortress, so I could lock her up at night and get some sleep.
I'm sure she's safe enough inside.
A few months back, someone broke into my house, trying to get into the garage. I had to gripe like hell before the sheriff agreed to start the evening patrols and instigate the curfew.
Can I ask about the sheriff?
I don't take your meaning.
Nope. How about this?
I don't...
I keep trying that. That only works on mop.
Bye now.
Oh, that needs a good 3 equals symbol. Capital D. Can I punch it? I forget. Ow. Also, an interesting layering job has happened here. Can I punch him? He's immortal. He's immortal, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot it's called Geen Memorial. Where to? For some reason I thought you meant :3. She needs a good where to? Well, let's go to the general store. Air conditioned. Neon letters drone relentlessly, eternally frozen at 4:05. Examine the debris. Tape and broken glass. Obviously a professional break-in. He's too busy working to notice you. Yum! Creamed asparagus tips. 2 for 49 cents. Y'all can keep them. Harvest bake sale this Friday in the school gym. Tired air conditioner wheezes in the unseasonal heat. That is something in the foreground. Free copies made here. I need that for something later, but I can't remember specifics. Dead roaches and bits of arid grit coat the water cooler's bone-dry reservoir. Yes, examine projector. There we go. An old 16mm projector with Geen Memorial stenciled on it. This empty barrel reeks of rotting meat. Oh no! The meat! A shoddy old TV missing the VHF knob. An empty meat box. The shelf contains a variety of odd items for sale. The vacuum. That's what that is? The new and improved Suck You Lux. A super suck vacuum cleaner. It really sucks. Don't let Mr. Potsdam know. He'll burn down the store for this.
Can I help you, dear?
Who are you?
This is Phelps General Store, so who would that make me? Maybe you need to go back to Geen Memorial and have Miss Whaley teach you about logic.
I'm fuzzy on a lot of things these days. My memory's gone.
Shaw, you always were a kidder, Steve.
That's
I'm
5.
serious. I need some help.
Well, they say a sharp blow to the head is a good thing for amnesia. In which case, I'd recommend Miss Whaley again. Then again, they say a good scare can jog the memory. In which case, I'd advise you to visit the Sergeant at Arms over at the lodge. That man gives me the willies. Speaking of willies, how's your father?
Don't know. Haven't seen him.
Care to buy anything today?
I don't think I even have any money.
Okay, dear. You check back if you decide there's anything you want. I'll be happy to help you. Come back soon.
Save. Just so I remember where I am. If worse comes to worse. I is inventory, right? Okay, yep. Okay, I have a quarter and a pen. Health indicator. God, everything is so tiny in the inventory. Empty barrels that smell like pickles. Damn, I could go for some. A quarter? We're rich! Alright, we've been there, been there.
If it isn't my favorite son-in-law, what brings you here again?
Bye! Glanced over at the guide and it's like, right. You have to click things twice in order to be able to do things. Warning, yeast is infected, not to be used for baking cookies. Too much info. Should have rolled up the tube from the bottom. Examine the band-aids. Hey, that's copyrighted. A scattering of band-aids. Tampons. Better ask Stephanie about these. Why are they just loose in the cabinet? What's wrong with you people? Now this game is going too far. New zippy vitamins will pick you up. Dental floss. 300 yards of it. Got a headache? This aspirin should do the trick. Gimme. Jar of extra strength oral lube. Great for getting in and out of tight spots. 1 hour cough medicine. Anything else I missed? Oh, I do have to take the shit in oral lube? Oh my god. Of course I need to take the lube. What game? Where do I think I am? I gotta remember to pay attention to the cursor. Oh, I need these two. Why do I need these? And vitamins. I just raid the entire cabinet. Lube is always handy in a point-and-click game. They're living dangerously. Anything else to examine out here? The garage needs a new paint job. It's too high to look into. Glass is so clear the reflection makes it difficult to see. Overhead window is shaped like a wagon wheel. Can you actually use them to stop bleeding on wounds? In this game or in real life? I think in real life it works in a pinch, but you should really get yourself to a doctor. As for here, I do not remember that far ahead. I remember him screaming about meat. I remember the missiles. And I remember the endings. That's most of what I can recall. Oh, and a bit in the school. Doctor, I'm covered in wounds and lube. Help! Get him out of here! Oh, I'm never prepared for that to actually, like, auto-scroll. Have you seen the IRL mugshot photo? Yes! He's wearing basically the same shirt. Even from the ground you can hear the sonorous buzz of the neon. A 1955 Frag 100 with a real leather seat. Let's take it. These are parking spaces and yet it's fire lane? Hope one day I can find someone who hasn't. What's she looking at? What can I examine here before talking to anyone? Nothing really. Look at this light placement. It's like when I just kind of throw things down in The Sims. That's like, whatever. There's lights now. Wait, the grease fryer. There it is. Grease fryer is off. Hey, Karen.
Hi, what's your name?
Karen,
What are you doing?
playing. My mom is working, so I gotta stay out of her hair. Wanna play?
Not now, maybe later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
A smoke alarm.
Bye-bye.
That's all she has to say now. Hey, Edna.
Oh, Steve, what are you doing sneaking up on me like that?
Oh, she's gonna grow up to be
Second I
such a
thought you were
wonderful
Mr.
person
Johnson.
asking for managers.
What would you like to order?
You know me?
Sure. And my name's Edna Fitzpatrick. I'm not the one with amnesia.
Then you believe me.
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
I guess I've changed. I'm not kidding.
Now, Steve, faking amnesia won't help anything.
She's so mad.
If you don't want to marry Stephanie, then don't. But don't play sick, for heaven's sake. I'd expect that from Karen, not an 18-year-old.
This dude's 18! He is not. Don't you start. This guy is 27.
You've met Karen, my 8-year-old. Other than the diner, she's all I have.
She's sliding. I thought her head was about to fall. Stephanie.
There isn't a nicer girl in Harvest than Stephanie, Steve. You should be grateful that she's promised you her hand.
I don't remember that happening, Edna.
Honestly, you men are so childish. I don't know what it is about marriage that
18
turns even
and
the
flannel.
bravest man
Oh, it
into
was
a
the
coward.
90s.
I was going to marry Karen's father when he just up and ran out on me one night. I heard that he joined the lodge, but if he did, I never saw him come out again. Even Sheriff Dwayne wasn't able to find out what happened to him. Mr. Johnson has a liking for me. I call it a crush, but that's too innocent a word. He's a bitter man with too much time on his hands. He's never gotten over being rejected by the lodge, and there's something unwholesome in the way he looks at me. I'm always glad when the sheriff comes in every day at noon. The lodge is the repository of all wisdom. You should join the Order of the Harvest Moon, Steve, and soon.
Why? For God's sake, what is it about this place?
The wheat ripens and waits not for the scythe. The farmer who waits too long, it were better that he use the scythe to rip his own stomach out than to stay his scythe when the wheat ripens. The harvest moon wanes and then comes winter. An empty belly, the body sun's belly, gurgling within or bloody on the ground. What does it benefit a man if he gains his soul and loses the world? You hunger. Feed yourself before it's too late. Oh.
Edna?
That's...
Steve.
That's not an answer.
What happened? Were we talking about Boyle? Or was it Karen?
You seemed strange there for a minute.
I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress. Running this diner all alone. Forgive me.
Edna. Edna! Sounds like she really doesn't want to be reading the script. To be fair, how else are you supposed to deliver that?
Though I see them together a lot, Boyle and the sheriff never act very friendly towards each other. Almost like there's some kind of bond between them besides friendship, though what it might be I can't imagine. Maybe Sheriff Dwayne resents the fact that he's never been able to get into the lodge. Well, that's not Boyle's fault. He just hands out the applications. He doesn't decide who gets admitted. Sheriff Dwayne is such a dear man.
Am I nuts, or is
And
this
I
name
don't just
spelled
say
differently
that because
each time?
He's my most regular customer. Every single day, rain or shine, he comes in here at noon for lunch. Sits in the same spot, too. That's at least an hour every day when I can be sure Mr. Johnson won't show up. You know, it's funny. Dwayne never comes in here
Okay,
with
so I'm
Deputy
not
Loomis,
crazy.
But he frequently dines with Mr. McKnight. You know, the owner of the TV station. Sometimes he comes in with Postmaster Boyle, but somehow I don't think they're friends. Mr. McKnight owns the TV station WHAR. He seems to get along with Sheriff Dwayne better than Boyle does. Better than just about anyone, to tell the truth. I don't see the connection between them, but I'll bet you dollars to donuts that it's there anyhow.
Wiki says his name is Dwayne.
Stop by anytime, Steve.
Ah, shoot.
I can't talk now. The dishes are stacked up and back, and I better take advantage of the lull.
Forgot to say. Fuck.
Sorry, I missed that. Too noisy in here.
No, it's not.
Stop by anytime, Steve.
Dwayne, the Rock Johnson. %41 off packing peanuts, assorted colors. What a steal! An Old Glory flag. Oh god. Crushed paper cup with smudged lipstick on it. Three clocks, 3 times. Bake sale! Bake sale! Can I have that present? Oh. That's right before I speak to anyone. Let's just... You have to back it up. Post office. Examine the boxes. The mailboxes seem hardly used. Zip code map with Harvest Dead Center. Blind woman is trying to read her mail. That's just poor taste.
Yes?
I need some help, Mr.
Poor taste in this
Postmaster
game?
Boyle, what can I do for you today?
Lodge application.
Sorry, youngster, we're out of applications right now.
Come on, you must have one around here somewhere.
Well, I do have the master, but you can't write on that. And I only make copies once a month, on the button, regular as clockwork.
Snail braille mail.
Afraid not, son. You can't get them anywhere but the post office. I'm sorry, you'll just have to come back in a month, same as anyone else. And even then, I can't guarantee you'll get an application. The line is always long, and there are never enough to go around.
There's only
It's
like
very
6
important
people in
that
this
I get in
town.
quickly.
That's what they all say. Postmaster Boyle, I'll just die if I don't get into the lodge. I can't make an exception, young man. It just wouldn't be right.
What was the prompt to get in again?
I certainly don't wish to discourage you from joining, young man. That's just what you should be striving for. But I can't break the rules for you. You keep trying. You'll get in eventually. I certainly don't wish...
I can't say nothing. Alright, fine,
Next
jackass.
time you post, don't forget the zip code.
Don't forget these nuts. Let's go here. Examine the ashes. Lifted a newspaper building after an extreme fire. At least the plumbing held up. Oh, there's the shovel. Shovel sticking out of the building's ashes. Use shovel on ashes. Buried in the ash debris, you spot a few hidden remnants. Operate the ashes. Bake! The flyer for the Harvest Bake Sale. Whoop. Postal workers button in it. Looks like it was ripped from cloth. Anything else? We're not on a pixel hunt, are we? Okay, good. How could the fireman let this happen? Let's go have a chat with them. Get out now if you must. I have a good idea. Yes. Fire truck with a lovely shade of pink. What is that? Oh, I guess it must just be something on the road.
Please excuse the mess. They've done wonders with the upstairs bedroom, but this garage defies color coordination.
Excellent, excellent voice. Sounds like Alan Rickman trying to sound like a gay man. Oh, I miss Alan Rickman. A picture of a storybook fairy castle. Got it? Impressionistic landscape. Oh, it's a mural. I was like, wait, why is the desert outside? Photorealistic mural of a peaceful countryside. Hot stuff coming through. Fire truck is absolutely fabulous. Picture of a phallic-like structure standing all in a row. Decorative Oriental fans from the Ming Dynasty. The lights are too high up to reach. Shut up, dog! Saliva is foaming from his barking chops. An accident just waiting to happen. Foreshadowing. Well-endowed nude man standing in the moonlight. If you say so. I can't see anything in that.
I don't converse on the job, Steve.
Did they, like, originally intend this to be in a desert, but then change it? Well-endowed pixels? Maybe. That image is from, like... That emote is from, like, a PC 98 game or something.
Don't bother me, I'm sketching. Oh, look what you made me do!
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the House of Flame, as we like to call it. Oh, cut it out, Spots, honestly. Once he gets barking, a good piece of meat is the only way to shut him up.
You know all about that, don't you?
There you go, Spot. So, Steve,
okay.
Bet you don't remember me. Heard about that short in the old wiring. I'm Fire Marshal Sparky, head of your fire department.
Why are you sketching a nude man in my fire department? Oh wait, he is naked. I thought he was wearing a Speedo. Dog like 10 out of 10. Can't pet the dog when you can throw the dog meat. Where did you hear about my realize? Why are you sketching nude men in my fire? What? You got a problem?
Please, it's not the subject, it's the process. Don't be such a Steve. We're talking about art. Besides, we haven't had a fire in Harvard since the newspaper
Beautiful.
building burned down.
Perfect.
Though I'll admit that the Wasp Woman's place is one big accident waiting to happen.
Yes.
Isn't that right, Spots?
What is with all the rapid cuts in this place?
Art enriches the community, Steve. No less than a pulsing fire hose or a fireman beating down a blazing door. So what if we're drawing a nude man? So what if all we ever draw is a nude man, or the same nude man over and over in all sorts of provocative positions? Context, not content. Process, not subject. Don't be so ghosty, it's beneath you.
Is that a hand on his ass or just misdrawn cheeks? I don't know. But you'd think that if they were drawing the same guy over and over that they'd be good at it. Newspaper fire. Wasp.
A dreadful affair. You wouldn't think that a brick and steel building with a sprinkler system could go up that quickly.
Maybe you were too busy drawing to put it out in time.
Oh, please. Dwayne was glad enough to see the thing go up, and so was McKnight. If you could get into that safe in his wall... Forget it. Look, Steve, as far as I know, the fire was an accident. Let's just leave it at that. Now don't you go moving.
Oh, he is wearing a Speedo. Okay.
Some people think all we do is sit around, fetching examples of manhood for our own amusement. Nothing could be further from the truth. Why, just the other day we cited Tetsu Crumb for fire code violations. All the dried out paper wasp nests clustered around her wooden house. Why, it's a chemlog just waiting for the right faggot. Believe me, none of us wants to see another fiasco like the Sentinel fire.
Everybody's bundle of sticks! It's bundle of sticks! But there's a bundle! Wait for
Spots is a dandy watchdog, but like the rest of us, he has one awful vice. None of us can resist a nice cut of meat.
Stop showing me this! Why has this place had the most cutscenes so far?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'm getting out of here. Artist worked hard on that painting. The Mona Lisa of cheese. How do I leave? There we go. I got so blindsided by all that it's like, wait, what did he say again? I don't remember anymore. Okay, I'm okay. How do they make the brushstrokes look like magic marker? Don't worry about it. Operate the shelf. Oh goody, there's more. Examine the coffee cans. A cow is bleeding a robust coffee on these Harvest Blend coffee can. Cans of soup, or possibly rat poison? It's definitely one or the other. Black electrical tape, you must pay Mrs. Phelps before you can buy anything. So I will use wrench, you must pay. You must pay! An adult magazine for 25 cents, you must pay Mrs. Phelps before you can buy anything.
Hello, Steve. Care to buy anything today? Just point to whatever you want. I'm a little hard of hearing.
How do I grab things again? I forgot the controls. I don't want to leave ass cheeks on the screen while I look up the controls for this. Twitch might be mad. Oh, man. Let me use this. Non-fireman approved cheeks, 4 out of 10. Yeah, it's nowhere near as good as the other ones. Go to the store. StoreSteveHoward.com. I got a walkthrough open in here, but it's just like... wait, does it mention the controls? No, it doesn't. Not in this one. I knew I should have written that shit down. I looked through all the, hints at the beginning, but it's just like... Oh, of course I forgot. Harvest/hot tubs and pools category, and you're fine. Okay, nothing in here. Alright, harvester. Right, there's a manual, you ding-dong. Alt-tab. The manual had better not tell me to go fuck myself. Okay, good, it's a real manual. With a European rating on it, no less. Moving the character, simply left-click the mouse button when the hand appears over the area. The cursor will... Do I have to... Oh god, that's right, this is an adventure game. Do I have to, like... select... the coin? If this game thought of that, it would. Quarter. The only thing a quarter will buy you is an adult magazine.
A girly magazine? Why, Steve.
There we go.
I'm surprised.
I remembered how adventure games work.
I'd expect that sort of thing from Deputy Loomis, but never from you. He's always coming in here oogling the girly magazines behind my counter. Darned if I'd sell him one, though. I know his wife, for heaven's sakes.
Well, will you sell me one?
I certainly will, Steve.
Music is looping
that
weird.
That kind of interest is healthy for a young fellow. Stares him away from being a fireman.
Get it? Okay. I'm honestly amazed that they didn't think of just having the manual tell you figure it out, dipshit. That's kind of what the Home Improvement game did. It came with a sheet of paper that said real men don't need instructions. Cop ignores you, too busy writing a bug report. A bug report? Is it because it's a Volkswagen? Stars and stripes forever. Put that ass on the cover, I think it's trying to promote you to be a fireman. Gotta start that porn addiction early, Steve. A map of Harvest. Labeled Unsolved Arson, and it's full. Empty file cabinet labeled solve cases. The pod hisses at you from its perch. Labeled unsolved murders, and it's full. Door is locked.
That's the evidence room, where we store items lifted from crime scenes. It's kept locked at all times. There's things in there that could make people jump through hoops, if I wanted.
So glad to be a fireman, or at least I know I can draw cheeks. Same here, brother. Door is locked.
Hello, Steve. Let me introduce myself. I'm Sheriff Dwayne, and this here's Loomis.
Pleasure, I reckon.
Then, we haven't met before?
Of course we have. But I heard about your alleged amnesia, and figured I'd play along. I sure hope this is just a prank, and not the start of some insanity plea. Keep your nose clean, or you'll wind up in jail, and that's no place to hold a wedding.
Considering the last time I was here, I got the chair.
Why do you want to break your poor mama's heart with all this amnesia bunk?
I'm telling you the truth. Why won't anyone believe me?
Well, you've always been a kidder, Steve.
7!
Yeah, so everybody keeps telling me.
Boy, you need to stop all this funning and get serious. You've got a wedding coming up soon. Heck, you should be thinking about your career and about joining the lodge. Amnesia or no, you can't have forgotten you're about to marry the prettiest little thing in Harvest. I think you and Stephanie are perfect for each other. I just hope her father's disappointment doesn't spoil everything.
Disappointment?
Mr. Potsdam wants to hold the wedding in the lodge, but he'll never get in. Like all the rest, he's always hanging around the post office the first day of the month, waiting for Boyle to bring out that month's lodge applications. And there's always a long line, never enough applications to go around, and even if you do get an application, chances are you're right out of luck. Fewer called to the order and even less accepted. And Potsdam, well, they've turned him down so many times, unless he does something radical, he'll never get in. Crime-wise, nothing much has happened in Harvest since the newspaper fire. Oh, sure, every week or so we get the odd transient dropping dead, but other than that, it gets pretty slow around here.
Newspaper fire.
Sure, you remember. The Sentinel building burned down about 6 months ago.
That's what I'm telling you, Sheriff. I don't remember anything. Why won't you believe I have amnesia?
Well, you've always been a kidder,
8.
Steve. Anyway, the fireman said the fire was caused by arson. I never caught the perp, though.
But we found the gas can that was used. Yes, sirree, Bob. It's in the evidence room.
Loomis, that's classified. Darn it.
How many times you gonna have to tell me to keep my mouth shut, I wonder? Sorry, boss.
You've got the gas can in the evidence room? Did you dust it for prints?
You've been watching too much TV, Steve. Heck, who can make out all those curvy lines anyhow? No, it's sitting in there gathering dust, clean as the day we found it.
Wait.
Just in case I ever need a spare gas can. That case is closed, Steve.
Gathering dust. Clean. Okay.
Loomis here is my deputy. Without him, I'd have a hard time keeping the peace, or at least taking a lunch break. Mainly Loomis answers the phone and babysits the office
Also,
while
where
I'm
does
out.
Steve think he is at
Though
this point?
sometimes
Is he really
likes to go
surprised?
in the back and stain the jail mattress. Is
Huh?
that right, Loomis?
Oh, now, Sheriff, what you gotta go and say that for?
Loomis has more than his share of problems.
There are 3
I wouldn't
scenarios here,
invite
and
him
they're
to the
all
wedding.
unpleasant.
Or if you do, make sure he doesn't catch the garter. That could be embarrassing.
Oh, I wouldn't do nothing, Dwayne. But I sure would like a little garter than been round Stephanie's thigh. Oh,
Guys,
well,
I'm
that'd
still
be
right here.
Special.
Bye!
Amnesia or no, you can't have forgotten you're about to marry the
Mr. Johnson
prettiest
wasn't
little
enough,
thing
so
in
they
Harvest.
decided to add Loomis.
I think you and Stephanie are perfect for each other. I just hope her father's disappointment doesn't spoil everything.
Disappointment?
Mr. Potsdam wants to hold the wedding in the lodge, but he'll never get in. Like all the rest, he's always hanging around the post office the first day of the month, waiting for Boyle to bring out that month's lodge applications. And there's always a long line, never enough applications to go around, and even if you do get an application, chances are you're right out of luck. Fewer called to the order and even less accepted. And Potsdam?
They just hit me. I've already seen this. I'm
Stop
spacing
on
out.
by.
Okay, goody. God, look at this mess of an inventory. Adult magazine. Oh, wait, that's right. I should talk to him.
Anything I can help you with?
That coffee sure smells good.
Help yourself. Speaking of which, you're real lucky to be marrying Stephanie. She don't look like a good woman. I just hope she don't turn out like Mrs. Loomis, or mercy forbid Mrs. Phelps. Good women can be awful hard on a man's needs, don't you know?
A man's needs?
Why, you sure ought to appreciate what a man's gotta do sometimes in a parked car, or a waist-high knothole in a tree,
No.
or jail cell at noon. Matter of fact,
That's how you get
Mrs.
attacked by
Phelps
squirrels.
got no reason not to sell you some of them French postcard girly picture books. If you can get any, you see clear to part with them. Bring them round when the sheriff's at lunch, and I'd be obliged.
French postcards?
Of course, I don't necessarily mean French postcards. That's just what we called them in my day.
I don't like how slow he
Any
talks.
kind of girly picture book. The kind men like.
I don't like how he talks
It'd
in
be
general.
Just dandy.
But it's just like,
I'd be right grateful,
come on,
kiddo,
man.
if
Let's
you
get this
were to
over with.
bring me one.
Mrs. Phelps.
Phelps down at the general store don't help things none. She's got them special picture books, the one with the ladies. But she won't sell me none on account of she knows my wife, Mrs. Loomis. Dadgum if that don't burn my britches. If and I even ask about 'em, she tells Mrs. Loomis and I get the broom.
You love it.
Enough to break a man's heart. Her burning my French postcards and me unable to replace them. A man's got needs, don't you know?
Google French postcards. I don't know why I'm doing this. "1979 coming-of-age romantic comedy drama film directed by Willard Huyck, who co-wrote the screenplay with Gloria Katz." Well, lots of Eiffel Towers and baguettes. Wasn't expecting to find a movie. Well, at least like a semi-normal movie, no less. It's got a 5.8 on IMDb, apparently, though. Woof. It's like almost no information on this page. Okay, well, no biggie. I heard woof. That's me.
Anytime, kiddo.
Yeah, I'm sick of talking to you. Take your pornography and get out.
Oh. Oh. By George. Oh, by Jiminy. Oh, this here's the real thing. Oh.
Stop!
Can I have it?
Yes, get out of here.
Oh. Oh, thank you, Steve. Excuse me, kiddo. I gotta go check the jail for...
Dude, we all know what you're gonna do. Just go. Highly important. The drawer is locked. Operate the drawer. Examine the key. The key to the evidence room. Yeah, pick it up. A barely legible note. Sheriff Dwayne's checkbook. Now we're just doing outright theft. Can I have the pencil? Nah. Lewis, please control yourself. He's incapable. The door is locked. And it's going to stay that way. We are not following him. This is... What? Not surprisingly, Loomis has tainted this evidence. I was afraid of that. This prop helps the sheriff meet his parking tickets quota. Cabinets are plainly empty. A nifty little evidence shelf. Toast? The most improbable of all murder weapons. Toast! Clearly an impertinent little vino with a big nose and a woody finish. What? A VW engine sits rusted to the core. Just glad you didn't type fuck with Loomis. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh, well. It's probably for the best. We've had enough of him. A fuzzy bear wielding a chainsaw? Pair of binoculars without lenses. Beer can is empty except for tar sediment. Oh, that's what it says. Baseball cap too small to fit a normal size head. A well-built 1/48 scale B-17 model. B-17 bomber. A good woody finish wine. I'm guessing this is the fireman's station. Pair of bloody sneakers. There's the sneakers on your inventory. An empty gas can. Examine the dartboard. Riddled with holes and crimson smears. Vital clue in the mysterious Jolly Fat Man murder spree. This makes sense. They're illegal. Harvest has its own brand of smokes. He did not like green eggs and ham, so they killed him. Oh no! The monsters! This bathroom kit is missing its razor. An Insta-shot camera, just point and click. From the smell of it, you wouldn't want to open the refrigerator. Why, what'd they put in there? Looks like one of Loomis's late relatives.
Hello, Steve. Where's Loomis?
You'll be coming around the mountain if you come. Oh.
Yep.
Loomis, damn you.
Wait, no, 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 no. No.
Straining up the mattress again.
Kick his ass.
Holding up the towels. Turning snake.
Good murder weapon icicle, bad murder weapon toast. There's nothing else in here. I got everything. Camera, sneakers, gas can. Yep, that's all I got. Whoa. Alright, I have to go to the meat plant at some point, don't I? How, like, early can I do this? I can't examine them. Okay. Wait. Examine the tracks, I say. Bloody tire tracks, thank you. I'm at the meat plant. Okay, dude. I feel like, where am I again? It's like, how can you forget? Whatever's in these barrels smells extremely bad. Freshly cut meat. Examine the splotch. This used to be a kitty cat. You know, the cat seems strangely fine with this. I remember when Joel got here, because I watched Joel's playthrough of this, or at least I watched most of it. Well, some of it. Pat isn't done de-whiskering this chunk of meat yet. It's like, this section broke him, and I think he killed this guy instantly. F-cat. Yep. Can I get away with this? Well, actually, hold on. Well, I guess I could reload anyway, but let's see. So, how you guys' night going? Probably was going well right up until this, huh? Didn't know eating cat made you strong. Who would win, a young man with uppercuts or a man with a cleaver? Oh. Carcasses of several small animals. Can I get away? Oh, okay, you can get away with it, but I should probably be asking him questions. Alright. Flawless victory! Steve Tyson, always a kidder. I almost right-clicked again.
Steve, how's your father? Is he better?
About the same, I guess.
He's been away from work for weeks, and when I call your house, your mother won't let me talk to him.
I haven't seen him either.
This is a fine kettle of fish, I must say. Though I am glad to see you taking an interest in the business in your dad's absence.
Who are you?
Aw, Steve, I didn't want to believe that amnesia hokum. Now you're saying you don't remember your pal Pat O'Reilly?
Look, I'm not kidding about the amnesia. Why won't anyone believe me?
Well, you always were such a kidder, Steve.
Hey! Funny how that's beginning to sound like a stock answer. Like it was coached.
You sure are acting like a kidder, son. With your dad ill, you're gonna need to start behaving like an adult. Especially if you're gonna take over the family business. You may come to realize that this business is not for everybody. Just ask your poor, ill dad. It takes dedication and a strong stomach.
Thanks.
A lot of times, when I'm finished scrubbing up and digging the bits of intestine out from my fingernails, I must confess I don't have much appetite for red meat. But red meat is one of the principal food groups, and you've got to have it. So when you can do this all day and help yourself to a juicy red steak afterwards, then by golly, you can call yourself a butcher. Of course, amnesia would certainly help that, wouldn't it? What exactly is wrong with your dad?
I don't know.
I wouldn't worry about it too much, Steve. You should be thinking about running the family business one day. That, getting into the lodge.
Come to think of it, I don't see any cattle around here. Where do you keep the animals?
Steve, open your eyes.
Does it matter? The end product is all the customer cares about, Steve. And we only carry the finest meat, only the juiciest cuts. Once you take over the business, you'll realize the importance of maintaining quality while cutting costs. We know what we're doing here, Steve. If we didn't, would the lodge use us to cater their affairs?
But I have some meat to take home.
Your father's very particular about the profit, Steve. No freebies for anyone. But seeing how you're his son, if you'll bring written permission from your father, I'll give you the meat. There are certain tricks of the trade, Steve. Once your dad gets better and you start working in here cutting up the meat, you'll be privy to them. There's always cheaper, better ways to do things, if you're creative.
I forget, can I just straight up...
What's with all the cats? This a slaughterhouse or a kennel?
Oh, them? They eat the scraps, that's all.
Yeah, but look at... Isn't there some kind of health department that keeps tabs on these things?
Are you going to work at the health department, Steve? Or here?
You seem defensive. I wonder why.
Maybe I get sick of do-gooder busybodies sucking around here all the time. A man's up to his elbows in guts all day, every day. What more do they want from him? Don't be such a stranger, Steve. And my best to your dad.
Can I open my inventory here? No, I can't. Right click to view. Oh, that's legible. Jinkies. Let's see. It's given Boyle a bunch of deposits in various amounts. 461 to Etna's. Tax deduction. Tulips ammunition? Boyle again. Yeah, you're giving this guy an awful lot of cash, aren't you? Three copies made here. Oh, wait, hold on. Put it down! Okay. Sheriff, if you think I'm going to keep paying this forever, you are crazy. There are limits. Boyle. Oh, okay, he's been getting money from him. Okay, I couldn't read that because it's friggin'... Okay, yeah, that's a payout. Okay, that's... deposit. That's right. You look at a checkbook every month, sweetie. You know how this works. That's the wrong damn button. Copies are free, evidently. Photocopy of checkbook. Meet permission slip. Right-click to view. Official meat release. Under no circumstances are any parties not mentioned in this release as the recipients to receive any harvest meats. Okay. That means you, Potsdam. Right-click to arms. Oh my god. Don't let Potsdam make copies of that. He'll be unstoppable. You've got a suspicious amount of these. He'll take care of the whole factory. Well, I guess I might as well save. Post office 2, electric boogaloo. Oh, oh, okay, I gotta make a copy of the note, too. That's not how you move. It's a good thing no one's standing near me, Jesus. I get my controls mixed up all the time in Harvest Mode. In Stardew Valley, but at least that doesn't have, like, potentially disastrous consequences. Kicking is the best way to make copies. Right. I keep getting confused over how this shit works.
What does this mean? That's an interesting item, but the fact that you asked me that question proves you know nothing. You don't know what you're doing, and I'm not going to tell you. So you might as well forget about this, or better yet, take it to the sheriff and see what it gets you.
Alright, let's try the other item. Use photocopy on photocopy.
What does this mean?
Let's just say I know why.
This is unexpected.
I mean, I don't.
And awkward.
Oh, okay, you're the
But
one
my
who set
luck's
the fire.
been bad ever since
It was
Dwayne
probably
found that
said and
darn
I
gas
just spaced
can at
out
the newspaper
because
building the day
the
after the
fucking
fire.
deputy.
He has this insane notion that it's mine. I pay him not because I'm guilty, but because I don't want him slurring my good name around Harvest.
Oh, naturally.
Exactly.
You know, he keeps that gas can.
Finally,
in the
me and
evidence
Steve
room
are on
at
the
his
same
office.
page.
I'd be
Stardew
very grateful to whoever
Harvester
could fetch me
mod.
that can. Grateful enough to provide him with a lodge application. Oh, and Steve, you'll keep
Isn't
this
that
to
just
yourself,
Graveyard Keeper?
if you're smart.
Oh god. I gotta readjust myself. There we go. There is a murder mod for Stardew Valley. I don't have a Nexus Mods account and I don't plan on getting one. So it's just too many things that I gotta keep track of. I completely missed the dialogue. What do you say? Don't do that!
Sorry, son. No time to talk.
Button.
It's been missing for months now. I keep meaning to get another, but, well, the button's very distinctive. I'd have to file an S-411 with Washington to get another, and I just don't need the extra paperwork. Sure wish I could find it.
Right, he said he was gonna.
Next time you post, don't...
Right, he said he was gonna. Here.
Oh my god. I can't believe it. After all this
Stardew has some
time.
crazy
Where's
mods.
my application, Boyle?
Here, take it. With my thanks. You know, this morning as I was making my rounds, I noticed an awful lot of television aerials on the roofs. Seems like more and more each day. You got me this can just in time, youngster. I may have need of it again.
What do you mean?
There's another reason why Sheriff Dwayne didn't investigate the Sentinel fire. If you'd like to get something else on the blackmailing bastard, check around the television station. While you still can.
That's not suspicious or anything. I can't even read that top bit. Name, last name, street, something. TV station right next to the school. That's fine. Except the Indians. Too busy drinking and smoking, they ignore you. Oh, baby. Fairly primitive form of mind control. Well, that's one way of looking at the plus. Oh, and no one is operating the cameras. Corny western backdrop, complete with a cardboard teepee. Can't examine these ones. Well, stereotypes are wrong. They can be funny. Lord knows, anytime I come across an Italian stereotype, I just laugh uproariously. TV.
Stay tuned, buckaroos. There's more to come on Range Riders Cowboy Roundup. So don't go away. And what's your name, hombre?
Hombre?
Steve's a swell name. My dog's name is Steve.
You had that ready?
Would you like my autograph, Steve?
I'd like to know who owns this station.
You'd want to talk to Mr. McKnight, buckaroo. I'm just Range Rider, the Cowpoke's Cowpoke. You gotta
Honestly, never
excuse me,
met a
youngin'.
dog
I
named
gotta
Steve.
ski-daddle to the watering hole and back before the commercial's over.
I remember that there was... a TikTok that featured a cat named Steve. He was the owner was trying to do the "someone like you" meme, and he pans over to his cat walking through all the corks he set up. He goes, "Steve, stop!" It's just, I know a cat named Steve, yeah, that's the one. There's just something inherently funny about animals with people names. TV violence.
What about it?
I love all the blood and gore on your show. Children watch your show. Don't you think this violence is bad for them?
Violence is as American as apple pie and low SAT scores. Where would we be right now if the cowboys hadn't gone out west and butchered innocent people to steal their land? Answer me that, Mr. Know-It-All.
But what about studies that have shown that children become more violent when watching violence?
Show me these studies.
Buckaroo, I rip the guts out of godless heathen Injuns. Most kids don't see godless heathen Injuns on a regular basis, and if they do, they better either get their eyes checked or do like old Range Rider and shoot the bejesus out of them. Lest they want to go untreated for psychotic hallucinations, or wind up with their scalps hanging from a buckskin belt. Oh, shit! Ow! Shit on a stickaroo!
How'd you get in that?
The parents that are griping about violence on TV are the same parents that go outside in the morning to fetch their papers, secure in the knowledge that they won't get an arrow through the noodle because the violence they hate so much done cleared the engines out of the neighborhood.
Yeah, civilization has benefited from violence. But should violence be treated as entertainment?
Check my rating, son. Violence is entertainment. I just put it on the air. If some kid watches, that says something about the kid, not me. Now, excuse
I
me,
guess.
We're going back on the air. Can't talk now, buckaroo. We're on in just a sec. Why, you're spouting nonsense, cowpoke.
Bye.
Happy trails, buckaroo.
Either the show isn't compelling or no one wanted to be taken out by friendly fire. Thank God this game is allowed on Twitch, otherwise I'd be in some real deep shit. Shit on a stickaroo! Keep away from fence. Aircraft appear to be well maintained. Can't friggin' speak. This base is well stocked with missiles. Oddly enough, the guard booth is the only building on the base. Electrified chain link fence surrounds the base. Guy with no wheelchair. Oh boy, this guy! Yep.
Oh, who goes there?
They tell me my name is Steve.
All right. This is Section 21. Keep your distance, son. I wouldn't want to have to blow your head off.
That makes two of us.
So you're the amnesiac, huh? Just another draft-dodging ploy the way I see it. But at least you're not an alien. You see their ships every now and then. Sometimes Swell bags one in the woods.
Who are you?
Colonel Buster Monroe, commander of the Harvest Nuclear Missile Installation, keeping America safe from those who would dye our flag red, white, and pink.
These are nuclear missiles?
Goddamn right they are. Every one of them ready to rain death on the Ruskies. All I gotta do is hit the button and blammo! The price of vodka goes through the roof. Along with the vodka.
Well, I suppose you have, you know, safeguards against accidents?
Steve, they're literally out in the open air.
Don't be such a weak sister. There are no safeguards. This is the 50s.
Then you have sole control of the, missiles.
That's right. Been in charge here since WW2, when I got my lower torso shot off in the war. Those pantywaists in Washington wanted to stick me behind a desk. To hell with that. They owed me. I left my legs in Dusseldorf. They owed me. Of course, they felt that after the trauma of having to crawl from Germany to England trailing my intestines behind me, I was too emotionally unstable to continue in the military.
That's separated by
That's why they gave me this nice cushy
ocean.
job and put me in charge of the nuclear missiles.
Oh boy, there's a lot going on here. Alright. For when these inevitably vanish on me, let me just write them all down. I don't want to forget a single one of these. Commie bastards. Aliens. Intestines. Nuclear. And then bye. Let's ask about the button.
Why are you asking about the button, son?
I'm just a little nervous about it. I mean, suppose an accident happens.
Don't get your panties in a bunch, mister. The button is perfectly safe. I keep it on my person all the time.
So, like, how do you go to the bathroom?
Mitts on this button. No siree, Bob. No one initiates a nuclear holocaust in Harvest except me.
The shiny red button.
Make you feel better?
The jolly candy-like button.
Harvest is a fine town, steeped in traditional American values. But that lodge, well, it makes me suspicious, don't mind saying it. They've got their fingers into everything around here. Like a certain red commie bastard menace which shall be nameless.
I've decided to join the lodge.
That might work out for the best, mister. I think you should join the lodge, infiltrate it, and report back on any Red sympathizers. Your report could affect my decision on what I've got to do. Frankly, all these questions are making me a little suspicious of you. Maybe you're one of those pink-blooded Americans. Can you give me any reason why I shouldn't shoot you right now?
I would be sad. No, not really. I'm an American, I have rights!
Rights, huh? Your average commie bastard is always only too ready to hide behind the Constitution.
Explain
Real
how.
Americans waive their rights for the common good. Would you?
For this great country of ours.
You talk a good game, mister. But so does your average commie bastard. The Kremlin teaches its agents to talk their way out of a scrape. What do you think about that, son?
Communists can hardly be said to hold a monopoly on intellectual discourse.
You should have watched more TV and read less Dostoevsky if you wanted to pass for an American, comrade.
Oh boy. Headshot. Is there like any way of speaking to this guy that doesn't lead to you getting murdered?
Oh,
that...
So...
Who are...
Colonel,
These are...
goddamn.
Well...
Say...
Then...
That's right. When I got... Those... That's why they...
Yeah, and there we go. Is there any real reason to talk to this guy at all? Well, I mean, it's funny. Yes, but it takes a few tries. That's why I always let peeps know to save often. Alright, I already asked about the button. Aliens.
Aside from your commie bastard, your alien from another planet is the greatest threat to our democratic way of life. Did you know that 90% of sightings occur within the area of military installations? Hell, I shoot at them whenever I see their ships fly over. My bullets ping harmlessly off of their hulls. I suspect those things operate out of the lodge, but just try to convince anyone in Harvest of that. I tell you, son, a nuclear holocaust would be preferable to a takeover by big-headed aliens from Pluto. Lucky for us, I'll be making that call when the time comes.
Pluto, eh? I will blast yous all.
Son, when you've had your body shot in half, you know a thing or two about fear. You learn that when something actually happens, it's never as bad as you imagine it would be. Oh, sure, I can't write my name in the snow. I had to shell out a few simoleons for portable IV drips, colostomy bags, and so on. The pain
Well, that
is
answers
hardly
my
what
question.
I'd call constant. I have my good days when I pass out completely. We're never asked to endure more than we're capable of handling, mister. Folks would die in a nuclear holocaust, but nobody would die who wasn't going to die anyway, sooner or later. And the rest of us? Why, we'd take a little R&R at the old radiation bunker, climb out in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Back to work, refreshed and ready to contribute as productive members of society again. Makes me wonder why I don't just push the button and take me a nice vacation. Can you give me any reason why I shouldn't?
No reason I can think of, Colonel. Blast away!
All right, soldier. You talked me into it. Unfortunately, there's only room in my
That's all it
shelter
took.
for one.
Well, we get to see it again. Why does he shoot you still? But so you don't have time to warn the townspeople. Technically missed it the first time because I had to ban a bot from my chat. F.
Oh. Goddamn.
There's
right.
never
Well,
a bad
say-
time to see
That's when I
Steve
got
get shot through his
those
head.
penny. That's why.
Emotional instability.
Of course, they wouldn't have given you the, button if you were really...
For half man, he shoots
say,
really well.
emotionally unstable.
course not. I was given a full exam by my captors in the concentration camp when I was captured during my second penetration behind enemy lines. A year after I lost my lower torso. It was quite thorough.
What did it say?
I don't know. I can't read German. Okay, yeah, you can't get shot in two equal but separate portions without feeling a little down. Who wouldn't? That doesn't mean I'm unbalanced. A little lighter maybe, but my balance is fine. Still, is it abnormal to harbor doubts late at night when your boots in the corner mock you? Is it sick to want to poke them in their
Don't you hear
eyes
it?
and rip out their laughing tongues?
I did.
And you feel
I
bad.
took the
And you
boots.
invite them under the covers with you, but will they come? Oh no. Spit and polish, spit and polish. Trump, trump, trump. A long, long way to Tipperary, especially when you're waddling on your hands. Get some gloves, they say, in their high-pitched little voices, and snicker in the bootlocker, talking to my jockstrap behind my back. They all deserve a good nuclear holocaust.
I thought this was just gonna end with the cutscene. Washington made a big mistake testing nuclear weapons on Pluto. Now those alien bastards are the Pink Menace. His face is amazing. He's still stuck on it. Oh dear.
You say before you came to Harvest your lower torso was shot off in the war?
That's right. I was behind enemy lines. The night was dark. The rain wet. Plastique I was supposed to rig the bridge with, precariously sandwiched between my knees as I crawled in the muddy mud. I didn't see the Jerry taking aim at me with his machine gun until half of me was flying through the air. With a quick spray of bullets in a straight line, it shot my body clean in two. My lower body landed at that Jerry's feet.
I've never heard that one before.
I can still hear him, laughing as I started crawling in the general direction of England, calling behind me in broken English. Mein Freund, where is your legs? Looky, what have we here? Some legs? Hey, did anyone lose some legs?
And got him.
I'll never forget looking back over my shoulder and seeing that crowd doing the can-can with my legs. So a few weeks later, with only my compass and a pair of nylons, I made it back to safety. Now the Krauts are our friends and the commie bastards are our enemies. But even so, there's at least
Wait, what
one
were you doing with
Kraut out
nylons?
there that I'll never invite over to Sunday dinner. Frankly, all these questions are making me a little suspicious of you. Can you give me any reason why I shouldn't shoot you right now? Right, huh?
I refuse to surrender my rights.
Spoken like a true pinko.
It just never stops being good seeing him just get his head blown out. The second, third ending nukes. Directed by Yoko Taro. Jerry was a nickname given to Germans mostly during the Second World War by soldiers and civilians of the Allied nations. Term is the basis for the name of the jerry can. The name may simply be an alteration of the word German. Alternatively, jerry may be possibly derived from the Stahlhelm, introduced in 1916, which was said by British soldiers to resemble a jerry or a chamber pot. Wow, okay. I never knew he had an idle animation.
Oh, who goes there?
They...
Those pen...
For what it's worth.
I don't follow. Remember, duck and cover.
I'll figure this idiot out later.
Only initiates may enter the hall of the Order of the Harvest Moon.
Did you... say something?
I did not speak, but my mind touched yours.
Telepathy? But how?
Only those who seek enlightenment want my attention.
Dr. Claw.
Do you hunger?
I wish I could sound like that.
For true knowledge.
Spitties and Yetis using an assault rifle that wouldn't be around for another 15 years. 25 given to making that particular model. Look, it's fine.
There are always obstacles to the path. You must first fill out an application to be considered for initiation into the mysteries.
Then you must bring me the 7 Chaos Emeralds, as promised. Why should I follow this stupid
Members of the Order are privy to many hidden truths.
Such as?
They know what the trees whisper to the wind to make it howl. They know what the worm knows as it squirms in a rotting leg. They know what you've forgotten.
You must fill out an application first to join our cult.
When you find the path, truth will be revealed to you. When you possess the truth, you will know what you knew. And if anything remains forgotten, then it was never worth the knowing.
Alarming green sludge oozes from the drain. If Dave Grohl really fell from grace after cheating on his wife. Now he's resorting to Frank Welker impersonations to make ends meet. Looks as ancient as the building itself. Masonry looks as though it may be from the Dark Ages. Red eyes gleam with eerie malevolence from the darkness. Oh, do not be about to tell me that I have to pick up a pen.
That's a ticket.
Nice handwriting. Steve. Nobody will tell me. Harvest Earl? God, too bad this is almost completely illegible. Didn't somebody say my last name earlier? Ah, oh well. Whatever. There you go, bud.
I see you've managed to acquire an application.
I'm sure there are some Easter eggs in this doc.
Resourcefulness, a desirable trait for prospective members. You need a rest. Report back here for your next assignment.
He's like a cardboard cutout. There's probably someone who made a clean rip of the sprite for that or something. Oh no, it's the most horrifying sight yet! Avert your eyes!
Welcome to our order.
More JPEGs! More! Harry just on Twitch. Burgers? That was a JPEG of a burger. Will this video game help us sell more burgers? Burgers? Okay. Oh man. Alright, I'll just reuse this one. Day 1 complete. Alright, that's probably as good a stopping point as ever. My jaw's starting to hurt. This is a lot. Is anybody? Thanks for the stream. Yep, thanks for being here. No one's really out, so I guess I just end. Alright. Thank you all for coming. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. I'll try and be back again tomorrow? Probably somewhere around 8. Well, actually no, tomorrow I would have to do it early, I think. No, we'll go for 8. I'll be here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Alright. If you want to stop by again. It's up to you. Alright. Thanks for being here, everybody. Have a good night. Thank you for being here, Krispy Kreme, Pupper's Dog, Sarah Peon. Have a good night.